Famcast Media. Bitch.
L13 Podcast.
Here we go. And we're live here at Lucky 13 Saloon at the Lucky 13 Saloon and back at Lucky 13 Saloon in front of the stage at Lucky 13 Saloon. Here we are. What's up, Jamal?
What's up?
Dee Rotten in the fuck can't see him.
Yo.
And Gary Taft. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on, man?
How you doing, man?
I couldn't be better. Holy
Awesome.
shit.
And Gary's in fucking Rockland, Massachusetts.
What the
Yep.
fuck?
Yeah, Rockland. How cool of a town
That's
is
a
that?
cool name, bro.
It's a great name. I just saw somebody from here was playing in Rockland. I imagine at that bar that we played at years ago. No?
No. That place is long gone.
Is it?
Yeah, it's it's all abandoned, all boarded up, but it's where the hell did they play in Rockland? Holy
I
shit.
have no idea. You know, I don't know. I'll have to find it. But yeah, I saw somebody was playing in Rockland. I'm like, oh, that's pretty fucking cool.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
back in the day.
Must have been a VFW or maybe something like that.
Yeah,
somewhere.
maybe.
I don't know.
What was that bar?
The Liberty.
Liberty. Yeah. And it's nothing anymore. It's just abandoned.
Yeah, it's just an abandoned building now. Yeah.
Let's go break into that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
It was
open.
a cool place.
Yeah, it was cool, man. It was like a little fucking typical Massachusetts, bar with little area where we fucking rock the fuck out. And
Yeah, we did.
yeah, it was fucking. What year? It's got to be 94, 3, 4, 5,
4. Yeah,
4.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. Who's playing drums? That's how we kind of know like what year that band was.
I
Sean?
think Sean was on drums. Yeah,
All right. Yeah, that was probably 94 then.
yeah. So Gary is one of the original members of Punch the Clown.
Baddest fucking name for a band, dude.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. Last week we had fucking Ron on, who was the original drummer starting it up. And I forgot that we called it Resistance at first.
That's because we didn't.
No, we. Very true. Very true.
Right?
Yeah. Derek came up with Resistance.
Derek came up with that name. I walked into I remember walking into the practice room one day and just like there was this huge American flag upside down behind Ron's kit.
Yeah.
With Resistance scrawled across it. I'm like, is that from a movie? Oh, that's a band. Oh, all right, that's cool.
Yeah, cool, but no.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
So we changed it to something much less offensive, of course.
Yes, of course. And we started out in my basement, my parents' basement. That's the first
I
time.
totally remember that. Yeah.
I think you told the story before, but how did the name Punch the Clown come about?
Gary, you got a better memory than me. Where did that fucking come from?
Holy shit. Well, actually, yeah, I do remember. I think Derek had called looking for Kirk and called his house, and his brother answered the phone and said, hold on, he's punching the clown. We just thought that was so cool.
Yeah.
And so offensive that it worked.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. But was Kirk was in the band before it was because the original Punch the Clown, Brandon was the guitar player. You remember?
Yeah. I don't even think Kirk was in the band when we named it that.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were Punch the
He was
Clown
just hanging
before.
around, yeah.
Yeah, before Kurt even came in. And we never actually played it. So originally it was me, Ron, Brandon, you, and Derek.
Yep.
And then Brandon was kind of a pain in the dick. He was kind of a pain in the dick.
He was.
He wasn't he like a brat?
He was a wicked brat. He would roll in there with like the most amazing equipment and like the best guitar, the best amp, the best head, and he'd be like, "My stuff sounds like shit."
Yeah.
Like, dude, if I had half of that,
yeah,
crazy. I knew
it would still be worth twice what my shit's worth.
Yeah, dude. And we were all, I was 21, I think, when we started. Yeah, I was like 21, 22 when we started. And how old are you now, Gary? You're a couple years older than me.
I'm 53.
Yeah, so you were 3 years older than me.
Yep.
And listen, at that age, you don't have a fucking ton of money. You know what I mean? So we were all, we didn't have it like that. And Ron's playing on fucking cracked cymbals and whatever shit he could dig up.
Yeah, I had some old ass, stupid ass cabinets that I was playing.
Yeah, and I had a fucking PV cabinet that I was playing through.
PVs were fucking sweet in the 90s.
Yeah, that's all there was PVs in the 90s.
Well, yeah. By the way, I still have that.
Do you?
I do, yeah.
Damn, man. All of my shit has fucking disappeared throughout the years. That Guild bass, remember that Guild bass that I got?
Oh, that was beautiful.
It was beautiful. It got fucking stolen out of my apartment.
Fuck.
Yeah. And the fucking prick, you know what he did? It was my landlord's son stole it because he left the case. So, and I had bought a different bass by then. So I was playing my Rickenbacker, but that Guild was like in the corner in my apartment. And I remember when I went to move, I lifted up the case and I was like, motherfucker, there was nothing.
You didn't even know it was gone?
I didn't even know it was gone.
Oh, shit.
No. And it was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah, right? That Guild was great. The Guild looked great and it sounded pretty good, but the fucking neck on it was so heavy. Like you let go of it, it was like, it was so uncomfortable. It was so uncomfortable to play. But it was heavy as fuck, but it looked cool. And
it did look cool.
Yeah, and it sounded really good. It had like a fuzz on the thing. It was really fucking
that's
cool.
right too, yeah.
Like a switch for a fuzz?
Yeah, I had a switch for a fuzz.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And I went to every fucking pawn shop like around Brooklyn looking for that fucking bass, and I never found it.
Was he a bass player?
No, fuck no. He was a crackhead. Fucking dick. And it was funny because me and Melody had broken up, and she said, and I bought her an iPod at one point. I went back when you had the iPods, and she's like, "Did you take the iPod back?" And I'm like, "No, why would I take the iPod?" So it was like a couple things missing from the apartment.
Oh, that's
you know what I mean?
That's drugs.
Yeah. He stole the iPod and he stole my bass and he stole I had an Ibanez, a white Ibanez guitar too that he stole also.
Fucker.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Wow.
Where
is he now?
Probably dead, I hope.
Probably.
Yeah. It was funny. I actually saw him one time walking down the street and I was on my motorcycle and I was I had a chain on the side of my bike and I was gonna whack him on the head with the chain as I fucking drove by. But I'm like, I was actually kind of new to riding. This is when I first started riding my bike.
But let me ask you, how did you know it was him though? Like, how'd you pinpoint?
Nobody else is gonna take it. You know what I mean? I knew his dad was actually really nice, and I felt really bad because I went to his dad and was like, "Yo, your fucking son's broke into our apartment and stole." And he's like, "No, he wouldn't do that." And I'm like, "Fuck you!" Like I knew he was a sneaky fuck. You know what I mean? And the old man was actually like really nice, and but his son was a fucking total crackhead.
That sucks.
Fuck it. Yeah, it totally sucks. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? But I don't even remember though. How did you meet Brand? Because Brandon met you, I think. Yes.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, it kind of met me and Derek at the same time, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was up at Studio 15 looking for someone to fill out the band, I guess, a singer and another guitar player.
Yeah.
It was funny, actually, because Derek and I had our shit in the same room. Our bands broke up before Resistance. The bands we were in both broke up on the same day.
Damn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So we ended up. It was perfect timing.
Yeah, it was. So we ended up like renting that little tiny broom closet of a studio room.
Yeah.
I'm sure you remember the one.
Yeah. That's where Chris actually ended up, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. There was a cool studio in Massachusetts called was it Studio 15? That's what it was.
Studio 15, yeah.
He says, there was like that's where we were every single fucking night. Like after work, I'd go home and go right to this fucking studio. That's where we hung out every night. And I mean, if we weren't rehearsing, we were fucking hanging out and whatever, drinking beers and.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say grab a rack of Bud Light and head up the studio. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It was fucking good times up there, man. Stunk like shit. It was great. You could smoke in the studio at the time, I think, right? You could smoke in there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you weren't. I don't think you were supposed to.
Yeah, you could. I remember when I finally when we had broken up and I moved to New York. My fucking apartment stunk like fucking that studio for a long time because my bass gear was there and it just smelled like old smoke and beer.
On the right day when I walk upstairs, because my shop is in that building.
All right.
So when I walk upstairs on the right day with the right humidity, it still smells like that.
Yeah. Is that still a studio now?
No, it's all artists' lofts and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually kind of cool.
Is there bands playing now?
Nope, no
No,
bands.
no bands.
No,
Just artists.
just artists. Yeah,
I don't want it fucking noisy, I guess.
they are a lot quieter.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's kind of obnoxious. So we started out my parents' basement. We played there a couple times, and then through you guys, we ended up getting the studio up at Studio 15. And I love that room that we were in.
Oh yeah,
It was a cool room. When we moved to Brockton, I was so bummed.
Yeah, it was cool. Like Brockton was nice because it had the club and everything.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But no, but Rockland was it was filthy, dirty, smelly, and it was exactly what a metal band wants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like home, like, you know what I mean? Like there were couches in the middle, so you could congregate with like all the other bands playing.
There was parties every Friday, Saturday nights?
Oh yeah. Yeah. And then when they would close the studio, we'd go to Gary's house.
For the after party. I didn't live very far away. I still don't live very far away.
Yeah, you're still right there.
Far. But my apartment was I if we had, you think about it like today, you know, with phones and cameras and everything. If we had that shit back then, I can remember walking out of my apartment one morning to go to work, and there was people literally like laying on either side of my window with my window open. Yeah. And they were just passed out drunk, like they had thought about walking out, going out the window, but just passed out halfway through.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Ron's asking, does that old rickety elevator, is that still there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. And yeah, absolutely. And it's still rickety, and it really doesn't work all the time. But nothing changed.
Yeah. And what's her name used to work there? Because Danielle started up the band, and Michelle and
Yep.
Yes, yeah. They were rehearsing in there. Yeah, man, fucking good times back then.
Oh my God. There was, I mean, at any given time, there was like 20, at least 20 bands up there.
Yeah.
I think thereabouts.
Yeah.
How big was your room?
How big was it? It was pretty big, like by fucking today's standards, like especially by New York band room standards. Like it was a big fucking room. There were 5 of us, and there was like, you know, always room for guests hanging out in the corner there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so it was, you know, it was a good sized room. It was probably like,
rooms are fucking tiny now.
Yeah, I'm sure in Mass it's kind of the same way. I mean, you know, real estate's not what it used to be, you know. So
did you guys have like a little loft or something like that in the room?
No, dude, we had our gear all set up constantly, and fucking there was like, you know, bands on both sides, and then in the middle there was like a congregation area where you could like chill out on couches and hang out. Yeah.
Is it smaller back here or
what, our room?
Yeah.
Our room was smaller than back here. Not by it was probably like 20 feet long.
20 by 30. Yeah. I would say probably.
Big room, man.
Yeah, it was a big room.
It was a big room, yeah. It's in fact, when the new landlord took over, he that whole, so if you're walking down the main corridor, the rooms that were on the right-hand side, he demolished all those and rebuilt studios. And then but on the left-hand side, all he did was spruce those up. So our room is actually, a friend of mine who's an artist has our old room.
No shit.
Yeah, it's funny. I tell her, don't look behind the walls.
Don't lick the floor.
No.
I don't know. If so, you might catch a buzz.
My God, the debauchery. Holy
shit. It was crazy. And then we had, everybody had a stack. I mean, and by the end, I was like piling old fucking bass shit on top of one another. And you had a Marshall, you had 2 cabinets. Kirk had 2 cabinets, and fucking Chris had a fucking double bass kit back in the day.
Yep.
Right.
Absolutely, he did. Yeah.
Didn't he slim it down to a single bass eventually? He did.
Yeah. Somebody owed me money, so they paid me with that double pedal. I'm like, it was kind of weird. It was like, why do you, like, if you owe someone money and he's a guitar player, why do you give him a double bass pedal? I was like, yeah, all right, great, thanks. I'm going to give this to Chris. So that's what I did.
Nice. Yeah, Chris. So then we went to, after Ron left, we got Sean.
Sean MacGyver.
Yeah.
Sean what?
Sean MacGyver.
Oh, that's a fucking badass last name.
He's still around. He's a good shit. Yeah. I still talk to him.
I'm still friends with him on like Facebook and shit like that. So yeah, he's a good guy. But then I don't remember if he quit or somebody got in an argument or whatever. You know how it is when you're fucking younger. Like, you don't know how to deal with your fucking emotions and whatever. Sean ended up leaving and we ended up, and there was a kid, Chris, down the hall. He was a little bit older than us. And he was playing Painkiller, I think. We heard it. We were like sitting outside his room.
Holy shit, I remember that. It was he was playing Painkiller. He was playing nobody knew who he was, but he's playing to Fear Factory and Bile and all kinds of stuff. And like,
yeah.
So this is all for Punch.
We got to find out who that is.
Yeah, it's all for Punch the Clown. We went through, Chris was our third drummer. Ron, it was right after you. We got the guy Sean, and then Chris Spano came right after him. And that was like the last lineup of the last drummer. And Chris was a couple years older than us. So like we hung out more. Like Chris would kind of just come in and jam and then like kind of take off. Like he didn't me and you hung out, I think, the most.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Like,
yeah. And it was Derek who was singing. So you still see Derek around?
Once in a while, I'll run into him at like a convenience store or something. After I said that the other night that I, run into him sometimes, I was thinking about it. And the first time I ran into him and, since everything blew up was at a Home Depot. And I had my son Joe with me. And it was the most awkward thing, man, because it wasn't a good breakup.
Dude, we had a really bad breakup.
We did. It wasn't good.
No. And I think, it definitely could have been handled differently back in the day. I mean, I know I was a little bitter going from Rockland to the Brockton studios. I didn't like that move. And then I think, Kirk and Derek kind of getting more involved with all the Brockton scene. And me and you and Chris weren't like that. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I can remember them they actually brought somebody in one time to be like, hey, we want to run some ideas past this random guy.
Yeah.
And me and you were like, what are you talking about? Like, this guy's going to write our songs now?
Yeah. There was too much.
I think when not to cut you off, but when things did finally go bad, I think that you and I were kind of looked at each other like, yeah.
And it was because Chris was kind of taken out of like, what do you mean we're breaking up?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But me and you were kind of like not happy with the direction everything was going. Because also too, there was a fucking T-shirt I never forget that blue T-shirt that was made with the fist on the back. Do you remember that?
Barely. Is that the one that had like the guy with the dreads on the front?
No, that was Derek. That was like a hand-drawn T-shirt. It was so bad, but it was fucking like, I don't know, kind of classic.
I don't think I even remember the one with the fist on.
Yeah, there was they changed basically whoever did it. They changed like, and Chris and I mean Derek. Derek was the singer, so he kind of had, everybody I felt like had an equal part of everything. You know what I mean?
Oh, but definitely.
But it was there was a T-shirt that was made that was like a fist on the back, and it was like a life for a life or a tooth for a tooth or something like that. And we were like, "What the fuck is this?" And all of a sudden, we got a case of blue T-shirts. It's like, oh, everybody wears black T-shirts, and I'm like, yeah,
well, for a reason.
Yeah. No shit. That's why
they can't find a blue one.
Yeah. Yeah. So now we got fucking these blue T-shirts that said "Punch the Clown" and like weird, like kind of, it was more street writing. You know what I mean? Like tag and kind of style. And it had a fist on the back that said like a tooth for a tooth or a life for a life or something.
A tooth for a tooth.
Whatever the fuck it was. It was like we're not tough guys. Like, what is this shit coming out? You know what I mean? And it was turning into that kind of stuff. And Kirk was the younger one. Kirk was the youngest one.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
He was. I mean, so he was 19 when he joined.
Maybe younger.
Maybe.
I think younger.
Yeah. But yeah, he was young. He was the young one. So he was a little more influenced, you know what I mean? I think by things. And but yeah, that was like the, beginning of, that was the decline of it. And I feel like if we had all just kind of gotten a room together and actually sat down and be like, yo, Like, let's not go in this fucking direction. And can we like get our shit together? But I know me and you and I was kind of like, fuck this shit.
Yeah. We were both kind of done, I think, at that point.
Yeah.
That's an issue that I've had in bands that I've been in, where like a combination of people with different ideas.
Yeah.
And like the shit just hits the fan in like the worst possible kind of way.
Yeah, and if you don't have the maturity or the know-how to kind of deal with those sort of situations, we were still in our fucking early 20s. You know, no, not at all. We're in a band called Punch the Clown, for Christ's sakes.
There you go. Yeah.
I was in a band called fucking Phoenix, and the first time that we played was the day that I got kicked out of my house.
Yeah,
so I had that on my mind.
Yeah, I mean that, you know, with things get fallen into it. You don't know how to deal with certain situations, and I feel like if we did just kind of sit down and be like, "Hey, this is going in a stupid direction," I don't know, maybe it would have worked, but probably not. But
I mean, you never know though. You could be right. You know?
Oh, yeah. You always get Twitch spam.
Got some spam in the fucking chat.
Ron said he still has a recording, and me, him, and Gary made a trip up to Mass from PA right after Punch the Clown broke up. A recording, and Gary. Oh yeah, that's wild. I don't even remember jamming after Punch the Clown broke up. I know me and Gary jammed after Punch the Clown.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I wonder if that was in the studios in Hanson. Maybe I remember.
Yeah, you know what? Yes, I bet it was.
Came up. Priority Music was the name of that one.
Yeah. Because, but yeah, we had some great times in Punch the Clown. Though we played some great shows.
When you guys left, that means the band just
that was a whole fucking problem, because when we had a band, we literally had a band meeting and we said the name is done. We're like, nobody's taking the name. It's done. If we're gonna do this again, it's gonna be us. Because I'm sorry, Gary, like me, you, and Derek had the right to that, not Kirk or whatever. It was me, you, and Gary. I mean, whatever. Gary is me and you who really had that name.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, like a month later, we're getting hit up like, hey, like Kirk and Derek decided to keep it going. And it was like, fuck you, no. But when
what Derek was a drummer, or
Derek was the singer.
Okay.
But Derek didn't like the way it went either, because Derek didn't last in it very long afterwards. And then Chris started singing for him, and Kirk kept it going. And all I heard was, like, I had moved to New York by that point. I moved to New York, and all I was hearing was negative shit about Punch the Clown shows. You know what I mean? It was like, there were fights at every show. There were fucking.
I mean, it sounds like, with the name itself, sounds like there'd be fucking brawls.
Yeah, but I mean, we like between me and Gary and even Chris, between all of us, like writing and stuff like that, it was very. I mean, we were very Hatebreed like when we were out. You know what I mean? It was that style. It was like metal, hardcore combines, more in the genre of metal stuff. But and Derek sounded like a lot like Jamie Josta.
Yeah, which is funny because those guys actually started a few months after us, if I remember right. Yeah. We played with them in Worcester.
Did we actually play with them in Worcester?
All right. So do you remember we played the hell was the name of that? The espresso bar.
The espresso bar, yes.
The espresso bar in Worcester.
Yes.
And
with Fury of 5.
With Fury 5, 25 to Life. Yep. And Hatebreed.
Was Hatebreed? Yeah.
Yeah. But they were just little. It was like, I remember them being little kids in like a Volkswagen bus driving up from Connecticut.
They were a little bit younger than us, like a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
We also played with Both Worlds, John Joseph's band.
Oh, what a band!
You played with fucking legends, dude.
Yeah. We played there. I mean, we played with Marauder at
at 121.
Yeah, Club 121. Fuck. I mean, we played the Rat a couple times. Did we play Mamakin? We did play Mamakin, did we not?
Yeah.
We
did. And we ended up playing. We were like the last local band to play there. The booking guy just ended up like booking all his friends.
Yeah.
After that. And
yes, Ron. So Ron's saying, didn't Kirk want to join Punch the Clown because of watching Ron? And it was. I mean, Ron was a sight to see when he was fucking playing.
Oh my God, yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what turned Kirk, our old guitar player, on to. Because Ron was a fucking maniac. And like Ron wasn't the most intricate drummer. He was the hardest hitting drummer you ever would fucking see, because like all of his frustration was just
Oh yeah, yeah.
fucking loud, heavy, and like a maniac. Like like if there was a house kit, the drummers were like, "Bro, he's not playing."
No.
So you know what? And so you know what happened, Gary? I think Ron had left, and Sean came in, and Kirk came in right after that, from what I remember.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I know that at some point you and I, actually, it might have been when Sean left, you and I programmed my old drum machine.
Yeah.
For a bunch of the songs so that we could keep practicing.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if that was after Ron left or that was a long time ago.
That might have been, yeah. I mean, we were lucky to get fucking Chris right after Sean left.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably the closest to the style that Ron played that we could get.
Yeah. Yeah. Chris was high all the time. He was great.
Yeah. Really easy to deal with. Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Chris was very easy to deal with. Yeah. Very easy to deal with. He was just like, he was a good dude. He fucking, he hit the drums hard. He hit the drums really hard. Because I remember going like Ron, and then going from Ron to Sean was a little tough.
Sean was he tapped.
Yeah, Sean,
but he was really good. Like technically, he was really good.
Yeah, technically he was good, but he wasn't like a hard hitting drummer.
No,
we wanted him a hard hitting drummer, and when Chris came in, Chris was like, oh my god, like fucking, it kind of brought a whole new life back into it. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was fucking. We played Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, CC's. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we played CC's.
Yeah. Twice, right? I think
you played with Hypnotic. You played with Hypnotic, right?
Ron didn't have Hypnotic Infected Bloodline going at that point. No. When I was in Eyes of the Sun, we played with Ron.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been so cool.
Yeah, but we're doing good, man. We played all around. Excuse me, the fucking Boston, the Boston area.
Yeah.
What was that? There was a place in Revere. I think we played.
You got to throw the Boston accent in there, Revere.
Fucking
yeah. I can't think of the name of the place.
Yeah, we played out there. I mean, the Rat was the Rat was like it was like the CBGBs of Boston.
I was thinking about with the name like that, bro. It was like it had to be like some kind of like gritty, kind of place.
Yeah.
It was legendary, man. It's really like it had been around since the 70s.
Yeah,
and everyone has played there. In fact,
it's not around no more.
No, the building's gone. It was fucking
it's a hotel now.
Yeah. It was. I mean, it was It used to flood once in a while. Like upstairs. Upstairs was the bar, and then downstairs was where the bands played and shit like that. And the food was actually good.
I was just gonna say, do you remember when we played there? We were we might have been headlining that night, and they fed us, and we went all the way up to where like the pool table was, and we had our own bar, and they were feeding us, and it was like we would really made it. That was
yeah, fucking steak tips.
Oh yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, shit was fucking great.
Yeah,
I remember. I mean, everybody played that place back in the day.
Oh my god, yeah.
And whatever, man, it was fucking. That was a great spot. But yeah, that building got condemned, and they tore it down in like 2003, 4, something like that.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It was something like that. Sub Scribble.
A shame.
Yeah, it was a shame. It was a cool fucking spot.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did. Listen, we weren't together for a super long time, but we did a lot in that. We recorded 2 albums, right?
Yep.
2?
Absolutely, we did. Yeah.
I don't even have them anymore. I have the first one on cassette that's still sealed.
Do you really?
Yeah.
No exit. Yeah.
Yeah, I have no exit, still sealed.
How the fuck do you wind up keeping that, but you don't have nothing else?
I don't. Well, I have another CD.
And it's sealed.
It's sealed. It is sealed.
Nice.
That one, but the other one I don't have. What was the second one?
What was the second one? You know what's funny? It's like, just to let you guys in, like all that shit that happened, like the whole resistance thing from that into like bringing other people in because they thought that was going to make the band better, even though they weren't members of the band. All the weird shit that happened, it was like me, Jeff, and Spaz, Chris, like kept our heads down, and we were like, yeah, that's cool, whatever you're doing. And then we would put our heads back down and like we were playing music, writing music. Like that's kind of what we were focusing on. So to not remember one of the albums is,
Tell me this is you. I looked up on what is discography for Punch the Clown. The album's is Caught Red-Handed.
Nope.
No.
Each sold separately, and
Nope.
Secret Life of Punch the Clown.
Nope.
Someone else trying to be you, motherfuckers.
That was all after us.
Well, so was that were they based out of California?
Oh, it says they're a ska band.
Oh yeah, no, that's a different one.
Yep.
That's Punch the Clown with a C. We were Punch the Clown with a K.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And they didn't, because I was like, they weren't that motivated. They didn't put out 3 albums after us.
No.
I don't even know what they put out.
They
I think they put out a song.
Live video.
It's a live video on YouTube. Punch the Clown live in Boston, 1996, full concert.
That's not us.
No,
I was gone. 96.
What about a song called "Endless"?
No.
Oh no, that was after us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we were doing Acid House.
Oh, here we go. We got the discography. Okay, for Punch the Clown, Beneath the Remains, Punch the Clown, and it says another.
I would never let an album called Beneath the Remains.
No.
But that was fucking Sepultura. What are you guys doing?
You got a demo from '97.
No.
I think that was right after we left.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and when me and Gary left, I mean, when we left, it was the days before digital. Really, I mean, so none of the older stuff is really up.
You got 10 times stronger. Looking back, and one more name.
But I've heard that 10 times stronger.
Yeah, that's definitely
that song was actually written when we fucking left.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was, because I was like, oh yeah, are you really? Are you really?
Yeah, they wrote that about us.
Yeah, fuck you. That's why it's weird with Derek.
That's one of the reasons.
Yeah, but Kirk, I don't hold any grudge with anybody. You know what I mean? Like, Kirk went on to do Diecast.
Yeah.
He has some, little success for himself. And I was mad at Kirk at the time. And now I don't really give a shit. You know what I mean? I was annoyed with Derek and Kirk at the time.
Yeah.
But
Kirk
now
wasn't definitely not the mastermind.
It says you have an album called Beneath the Remains.
No.
If you recognize that.
No, that is not us.
No?
It's motherfuckers.
It says Boston, Massachusetts.
Yeah, that's
Brockton, Massachusetts.
Brockton. That's Brockton. Yeah.
Yeah, they moved back to Brockton after.
Yeah.
Yeah, after that demo, they came out with the Beneath the Remains album.
Yeah, why would you call it Beneath the Remains? Come on, man. Come on.
No, bro.
If me and Gary went that would not have happened, because Sepultura has a Beneath the Remains. Like, what the fuck? And I know some of the songs were written about us.
It says they're on a compilation, Boston 2004.
So we were no, there's a compilation that did get released from what's his name?
Ultrasound Studios.
Yeah, Ultrasound Studios. We are on a couple different compilations that you could actually probably find. I don't know, man. I'll have to I know I have one of those compilations too with that stuff.
I bet I do, yeah.
Truth and Consequences is the name of the song that's on the compilation.
Yeah, that's not us.
No.
Damn.
Great song.
Damn,
name, bro.
Yeah.
Great song. Name.
Stereotypical fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Nah, man, listen, the direction changed. They wanted to go in that direction, and that wasn't me and Gary and Chris. You know what I mean? And but it was bummed. It was a bummer when they fucking took the name and kept it going, though, because I feel like we could have exactly. Come on, everyone. Exactly. But and Derek was a great singer too, man. He had the fucking. He was a good really front man. He was a good front man. He was a good singer, and but whatever, man. Shit fucking happens.
I know it did kind of suck that it happened that way, but
yeah, it did.
If we'd have gone our separate ways and stuck to the plan and not used the band name and who knows?
Yeah,
might even get a reunion show out of them.
Yeah, who knows exactly? But it was, it sucked. The reason they took the name, because we were doing great. We were actually doing very well. I mean, we were playing big shows. That fucking VFW show, we basically sold out with Grudge Holder. You remember that show?
I do. Dread too.
It's another great name, Grudge Holder.
Yeah.
Grudge Holder. Grudge Holder's back out doing shit too.
Are they really?
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Grudge Holder. Like
that.
within the past couple of years, Grudge Holder's
You guys play with fucking great name bands.
Yeah. Grudge Holder was good. What was the other one? Black Belt. Black Belt was pretty good.
Black Belt played that show, and Dread played that show.
Yeah. And Black Belt and one of the guys, the bass player the guitar player went to go play with Bane for a while.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It was kind of funny because I bumped into him at a show in New York, and he's like, "You're Jeff from Punch the Clown." Yeah, I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Yo, I'm fucking from Black Belt. I'm playing in fucking." And so I was like, "Oh shit!" So it was kind of cool to see. Yeah. But yeah, Chris took over singing for Punch the Clown when Derek left.
Yeah,
that's when they started kind of like,
things got out of hand. Yeah.
Things got way out of hand. every like I heard, every show they played, there was fucking problems, all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And now apparently Chris was a big influence on all that kind of bullshit. Where I could blame Chris for a lot of the way Punch the Clown went bad. And,
I agree.
Then he ended up becoming the singer, and he was a horrible singer. And he had to disappear out of the scene. Like nobody's heard from him.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
No,
he fucked over the wrong person, which not surprisingly, because he fucked over us by taking the name. You know what I mean?
I know. I wonder how much he had to do with that. Probably a lot.
A lot. Because he would follow us. Like, listen, he followed us around and he wanted to be in Derek's shoes, and he got to be in Derek's shoes. You know what I mean? Is basically what ended up fucking happening.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, Derek didn't end up staying in that band very long, did he?
Derek was in the band for like 6 months, and then he fucking left. He realized what was going on. Derek wasn't stupid. I think Derek might have, who knows? Derek had some, Chris, the drummer, sang. No, Chris didn't sing. Chris never sang.
No. Oh my God, no.
Thank God Chris never sang.
I can't imagine that would have been good.
Yeah.
No,
So
Chris and I never sang. That was by design.
And it was cool though, because even during Punch the Clown though, Gary, remember you had that haunted house in Marshfield.
Absolutely, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and we used to record shit in your apartment, in your house, and like all sorts of like crazy samples and all that kind of shit.
Oh yeah, stayed up all night drinking and recording. Yeah, absolutely. I remember that.
We made some cool music.
I had a haunted house.
Yeah, he had a haunted house.
Yeah, my house was haunted.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yo, tell the story of that house. Tell the story. It's wild.
Well, yeah. So I knew the story because a friend of mine lived there before me, and she gathered all the information from. She knew the place was haunted, but just by weird shit that happened. So she had gathered all this old newspaper articles from 1965, I think, when the family that lived there, and I'm not exactly sure how this happened, but so they had a son, and then the woman ran off and had a daughter by some other guy, and then came back, and they all lived together. I guess that's a short story. And then there was the father ended up murdering the little girl in the house.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah. And
killed the little girl, but like didn't he like kill the kid, and then the kid was like on the top bunk, and the son had to stay in the bottom bunk.
Yes,
like some crazy
all night.
shit.
Yeah. Yep. In fact, it was like New Year's Eve '65 or something. Yeah. Yeah. So they were at a party.
Yeah.
Yep. And the next morning he ran off and he buried her in some schoolyard, and told the mother. The mother had to. I know it's kind of a long story, but the mother had to. Not tell anybody. He made her swear not to tell anybody. And finally they got caught because she broke. So,
yeah.
But yeah.
He made his kid sleep in the bottom bunk while she was dead.
Well, she was dead up top. Yeah.
Dead in the top bunk.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So that fucking house, that little house in Marshfield was haunted.
So she was haunting that shit, you think?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, yeah. The other thing was, too, that later on, the girl gets murdered, her brother had to testify against his father in court. He was probably like 9 years old because he had seen the whole thing. And later on, he was like in and out of mental institutions, and he ended up killing himself. So there's number two. And then the mother ended up doing the same thing. So.
And I remember when you were living in that house, that dude was still in jail though, which was fucked up.
Yep, absolutely he was. Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking crazy. So yeah, that house was totally fucking
Like,
haunted.
did you ever fucking see any like spirits or whatever they fucking call 'em?
Paranormal activity.
Something?
I'm wondering if you did. I don't know. I don't know. Well,
I knew
all
it
right.
did- I was too fucking nervous. Listen, I remember I like that house freaked me out. I always had
Oh, yeah, it did.
I always just had a weird feeling in that fucking house.
Yep.
And I remember one time I was coming to pick you up and I pulled in front of your house and you were like, yo, I'm down the street. I'll be there in 10 minutes. Just go in.
Oh,
Like, fuck you. No, thanks. I'll never forget. I sat in the house, like the lights were on, like somebody was home. And I was like, I'm not going in that house by
waiting for
myself.
you to come in there.
Yeah. I'm like, I will wait in the car for you.
Dude,
To
I'll
come.
be right there. I swear.
Fuck you.
Do you remember you would come over and I was doing the living room over for the landlord and you came over, I put the broom down and in the living room and we walked outside because he had to go outside to get my basement. And we went down there, we were jamming. Remember I had shit down there.
Yeah.
And we heard a bang upstairs.
Yeah.
And like shit that I had, like I had tools and different stuff in the living room and we ran back upstairs and it was all over the place.
Yeah. I do.
Yeah.
Boom.
Jeff was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
You're okay alone here, right? You good?
Yeah. Yeah. I will leave you alone. You're comfortable. I'm getting the fuck out. Yeah, that house used to creep me out.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
It's gone now. They tore it down.
Yeah.
Oh, they just fucking let the spirit fucking go in wherever she wants now.
I'm sure the spirit's still on that property. They got something going on in that fucking house.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fucking crazy. But then, so after Punch the Clown broke up, though, me and Gary did do another band called Acid House right before I moved to New York.
What kind of style of music is that?
What was it, Gary? I don't know.
It was it's so hard to like describe it to somebody.
Yeah.
It definitely wasn't what we were doing in Punch the Clown. It was a lot different.
Yeah, it was a lot different. I was very riff oriented though, and like I feel like it was kind of the start of what the kind of music that I do now, though. You know what I mean? Like
a little bit, yeah. It was kind of doomy, almost. It was, yeah.
Any recordings of that anywhere floating around?
There is recordings of that. I know I still have that. You made me a CD that I know I still have. That
I did.
Yeah,
Good thing because I don't have it anymore.
Yeah, I know I still have it.
Oh shit.
I know I still have it. I'll have to fucking break it out. I know it's got like classic Punch the Clown stuff on there. It's got some stuff me and you did, and then the Acid House stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, when you were leaving, I made you that CD. It was basically like a ton of songs that you and I wrote together.
Yeah.
And all the different stuff, all the different bands.
Yeah, it was cool, man. So I know I still have that fucking
any shows? You guys played any shows with that band or no?
We played one show on the Cape, right? Cape Cod, didn't we?
It was in Wareham. Yeah,
it was Wareham.
The gateway to the Cape.
With what's that?
It's the gateway to the Cape.
Yes. With what was the other band we played with?
Beyond Repair.
Beyond Repair, yes. Fucking Chris. Chris still makes the t-shirt. Yeah, Chris still makes the t-shirts for Lucky 13.
Oh shit.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I just emailed him 2 days ago. Send us more t-shirts, man.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still in Thy Will Be Done, right? I think.
Yeah, he's still playing with them. What's Chris doing? Is he playing anymore?
Not that I know of.
Yeah.
He was doing he always did the cover band thing. Last I knew, he was playing with like some kind of cover band that was like horror movie oriented or something.
They did a lot of like White Zombie stuff and
yeah. But I don't know if he still is though. I mean, still friends with him on Facebook. We could probably find out.
Yeah, he's still on my Facebook. But yeah, dude, I'll have to I'm gonna have to fucking dig that CD up. Like some stuff I listen to, I like gives me makes me cringe, but I don't know if the old Punch the Clown stuff and the Acid House stuff would at all.
Yeah. I mean, I really liked the acid house stuff. I thought it was a lot different than what anybody was kind of trying to do.
Yeah.
I mean, Hypnotic said your tone on your guitar was fucking pretty amazing in Acid House.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that was not to get geeky, but I had 2 ADA MP1s with a ABY pedal split, so I could split them. And then I had one going through each side of my power amp into 2 separate cabs.
And what guitar were you using?
Probably the Les Paul.
I think it was the Les Paul.
Yeah, the black Les Paul.
Yeah, and it was because I remember you like there was a whole thing because we had never played without a second guitar player. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We always had a second guitar player. So then it was like we
made one.
Yeah. We made one. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool, man. Yeah, we did that one show and I moved to New York right after it. If I had stuck around, I know we would have kept that one going.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if it would have been that one, but we were definitely on kind of the brink of something, you know.
Yeah.
We probably would have changed stuff up from there.
I ruined it. We moved to New York City.
You fucker, man.
Damn it. I could have been somebody.
Yeah. Me too.
Let me ask you, Gary, how does one become if I'm saying it right, a Lutheran or whatever? How do you say it? I'm saying I can't pronounce shit. What is it? A Lutherian or what do you
Yeah, any of those. It's hard. No, Luthier.
Luthier. How do you become one of those motherfuckers?
Well, I mean, Jeff probably remembers I was screwing around with guitars even back then.
Gary was always the technical guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember like as soon as like fucking computers like really started, like, I mean, people started like doing like home recordings and all that kind of stuff. Gary was on top of that shit. And that's why like we would sit in your apartment and like fucking use samples. I think, how did we do it? We'd attach a VCR to the fucking computer or something.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
We'd take samples and put them into your computer and you would kind of fuck with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we would have we had a 4-track.
Yeah.
And we also had the VCR.
Yeah.
And we when laptops were first a thing, Kirk used to work at Best Buy and I had him steal me a laptop. I mean, I paid him for it, so you know.
Fuck yeah.
But,
you made out.
Oh yeah. So we use that and shit. We had to move sound files around by hand and like cut and paste little pieces and
yeah,
it wasn't Pro Tools, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was a project, man, but it was fun. Like, I mean, that was our fucking set. Like, listen, like most of the bars and stuff like that in Massachusetts, I mean, I wasn't really interested in hanging out. You know what I mean? That's what, you know, and I know you weren't that guy either. You know what I mean?
No.
So me and you would fucking nerd out and like make music on a fucking Saturday night. You know what I mean?
We'd much rather do that. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. That was so much more fun. Sit in some fucking sports bar and whatever. And freaking Massachusetts wasn't our thing. Yeah, we had like good times doing that. So Gary was always like a technical guy, and working on guitars and all that kind of stuff. So how did you take that further, Gary?
So I mean, I was always like putting together parts casters for people, and it seemed like more and more, especially up at Studio 15, as soon as people found out I could work on guitars, it was like they were bringing me guitars, and I, you know, got paid in beer mostly, which I still do sometimes. So I mean, I kind of walked away from all that for a little while with the whole, you know, I had a regular job and a family and all that kind of stuff. But once my kids started getting older, I was like, you know, I used to like to build guitars and mess around with that stuff. So I started doing it. And yeah, I think you have to, like Jeff said, you have to kind of be like techie and have a, you know,
like you shape them and everything. Like you make the necks and the bodies and everything.
So probably in the past 5 years or so, I started getting into like custom building guitars, and just from nothing, from blocks of wood.
Shit. Yeah, I've seen the website, man. They're extraordinary.
Oh, cool. Thanks, man.
Yeah, man. Dope.
Next time I come up to Mass, dude, I got to see the shop.
Dude, you got to have them make you a fucking like an exclusive fucking your bass.
Please get me to make you a bass. Come on.
I know. That's fucked up, man.
Have a fucking an Eyes of the Sun bass.
Yeah.
Dude, you know?
Yeah.
Someday I'll be able to afford one of those things.
Nah, we'll work a deal. Don't worry about it.
He works in beer, bro. You own a bar.
Gary, I'll give you a keg. You know what I mean?
Give you a keg.
That might work.
Yeah. Quite a few kegs, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So you were a pipe fitter for years. Are you still doing that stuff?
I still am doing that. Yeah.
You are.
Not for too much longer though. I'm hoping within the next year and a half, 2 years. Now that the shop really has kind of blown up, I think that I'll be able to get away from that. And I don't know if I'm going to retire from it or maybe just I can take a withdrawal, and stay in the union and stuff like that. But for now, I'm just throwing shit against the wall and seeing what sticks with the shop.
I gotcha.
And,
so your shop is in the building where the studio
in the
was?
sandpaper factory. Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
How big is
on
the
the third floor?
How big is the shop? You got a nice, good size shop.
750 square feet.
Oh, nice.
It's
That's
not
good
bad.
size.
It's cozy.
That was the size of the first Lucky 13.
Was it really?
Yes.
It works.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. 700.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So I've got 2 rooms. I've got the original shop, which I've turned into like a classroom, and then the other shop is like full on wood shop. So I can build guitars out of there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now so I've seen you've done some like online workshops and stuff like that. Also, are you doing? Yeah. So are you teach? So you are teaching classes at the shop?
I am, yeah. So once a month I have right now I have acoustic guitar setup and maintenance and electric guitar setup and maintenance. And basically therefore I'm not really teaching other people to be guitar techs because I kind of want to keep doing that.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
But I'm teaching people to just players like how to maintain their fleet. That's kind of how it is. So
right.
But,
you don't want to put yourself out of a job.
No, not really. I like
You don't have an understudy or anything like that teaching them.
I do. I have an apprentice.
Neck in the back or something.
Yeah.
So you have an apprentice?
I do. I have an apprentice, Ben. Yeah. In fact, his time's almost done. He's going to open his own shop. So.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, not in Rockland.
No.
Good.
Down on the South Coast.
All right. What about you? Like, what about your son? Have you got him into playing guitar at all or anything? Or no?
You know what? Neither one of them. No. Yeah? No, Becca doesn't either.
No, both kids.
Yeah, no, neither one of them. I mean, Joe played drums for a little while. He was really good. But he found baseball instead. Kind of went there, and now he's making movies. And so he's busy enough as it is.
You should adopt a child, and then you chain him inside the shop. You know what I mean?
That's a good idea.
It's free labor. You know what I mean?
Shit. Why haven't I thought of that?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to go on Craigslist after this and see what I can find.
There you go. There you go. Just go to an adoption agency.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Ron, I think I see him asking a question there.
Yeah.
I actually have these, what were they, 16 track recordings we made at Ultrasound.
Yeah.
I have all of the reels.
But from Punch the Clown and the Acid House stuff?
Yes. Yep.
Really?
And I think I might have the DATs also.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's wild.
I don't know if it's any good, but I have them.
Yeah.
Well, they got like a 20 or 30 year thing on them before the tape starts to disintegrate or some shit, or the.
Yeah, we could be in trouble. What year is this?
Yeah, we could be. I would hope they were stored in a cool, dry place.
Oh, I'm sure they are. Wherever they are, they're perfect. Yeah, they might be. Actually right. I think they might be under my monitor holding it up.
Yeah, I think it's on 1-inch tape. Oh God, it's so crazy. We used reel to reel back then, and Pro Tools I think had just come out because Joe was doing kind of fucking around with Pro Tools when we were when we did like that first record. We did like a sample on it. Remember the sample from not Colors?
No, dog. Yeah.
Suck my dick with the fuck.
Yeah, what the hell? What movie was that?
Fuck, I forget. But yeah, we started doing some sampling stuff.
Yeah. And I remember he had to program it into his keyboard.
Yes.
In order to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot easier now.
Ron said if you got the dats, he could remix them.
No shit.
Yeah, I think I got them. I'll have to
Menace-
check.
There you go. Menace to Society.
Oh, that's when he was like, I want the cheeseburger.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't want no motherfucking cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shit, I'll suck you.
Man, I'm gonna have to break some.
We
I'm
get
gonna
no
have to
money, we
break
just
some of
add
that
it
shit
up.
out. It's fine. I got one CD. Do you still have a CD player? You must still have a CD player.
Yeah, I definitely do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, it's funny. Today I just got an interface for my laptop, so I can start recording some stuff on my own. But also, I want to get if I can find one, I want to get a tape deck, because I do still definitely have cassettes of not all of it, but I have cassettes of some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still have a ton of cassettes. Gary, you know how many? I have a stack of you know how many tapes I have that say Jeff and Gary on them?
So
Like, quite a
you
few of
do
them.
seriously? Yeah.
Yes. All those old cassettes, I still have all those things.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Are they 4-tracks or are they mixed downs?
You know, I don't know. I don't know.
Could go either way.
Probably a little bit of both.
Put them in your tape player, bro.
Yeah, I don't even have a cassette player. Gary, when you get a cassette player, I'll come down and we'll fucking sit down and listen to some old jams.
Drink some Bud Lights. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah. I definitely still have a lot of those cassettes. And I'm gonna have to break out that CD tonight and fucking pop it in and listen to it.
Yeah, definitely.
The Acid House stuff. What did we record? 4 songs, I think. 3 or 4 songs.
3 or 4.
Who
Yeah.
was doing the vocals?
I was.
Oh shit! All right.
Yeah.
Good
It was
stuff,
just.
too.
Yeah, it was just 3-piece. It was just the 3 of us.
Oh, you didn't have a drum machine? Just a regular drummer?
Yeah, we had a regular drummer, the guy Chris, the guy that was in Punch the Clown. It was me and Chris and Gary.
Yep. Chris and I went on after that to Beyond Repair.
Yep. And how long did you do that for? You did that for a little while, right?
3 or 4 years. We actually, I thought the band was going pretty good, not to sidetrack, but we played some pretty big shows, and then I don't know, it all just completely stopped one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just wasn't anymore.
Yeah.
What caught my eye, Gary? What are those 2 bad boys on your left?
Oh,
Yeah, are those Rickenbacker guitars, or what the fuck are those?
no, believe it or not, those are old Silvertones.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah, I got
Going back to
yeah. You guys can't see the rest of my office, but I have there's got to be 18 guitars in here, I think.
Silver. The only person I knew to fucking rock those were Kurt Cobain, bro, during Bleach.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, yep. Yeah, those are old Silvertone Stratatones.
Damn. Have you had a lot of people fucking like drop stuff off for you to work on and then just not come and pick it back up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that absolutely happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get out of here. You still got them in your collection, right?
Yeah. Usually what I'll do is I donate those.
Yeah.
The orphaned kids left off at my shop. Yeah.
How do you fucking forget something? You fix this for me. I don't remember.
Dude, I've had people leave guitars and basses here.
How do you do that?
I don't know, but I've acquired a couple guitars and basses from that.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Fucking people are crazy, like letting shit go like that. Like, what are you gonna do?
Well, you remember at Studio 15, the bands would move out, and Mrs. Shaw would be like, "Hey, you guys want to come take a look at what they left?" And we'd go in and pilfer the place. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, your boy Ron got another question here for you. Jeff, you can listen to our regular mixdown tapes in your Tascam 424 regular speed.
Yeah.
This guy's the tech wizard, bro.
I know he is. And I still have, I don't even know where I still have that 4-track too that we used to use.
Oh, nice.
I think I still do. I don't think I'd throw it away and I got rid. I'm 98% sure I still
Just get a fucking little air blow out the dust. Boom, you got it.
Yeah, well, Ron cleaned it up for me one time. But listen, the problem with living in New York and stuff like that is I've moved a million times. You know what I mean? And the only thing that I really hung on to was the cassettes and the stuff like that we had. Anything bigger than that, like, dude, I've lived out of garbage bags 10 times. You know what I mean? So it's like,
the 4-track's not the first thing that you're
gonna. No. But the 4-track stuck with me for a long time, and I'm pretty sure I still fucking have it from the. I don't know if it survived the last move.
Yeah. I know I don't have mine. I just got rid of it.
Yeah. But I've looked at like digital ones that kind of work the same way.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I still fucking have it, Ron. Ron cleaned it up for me one time when he came in, and I'm like, I'm not probably going to use that again. Yeah. I just don't have time for it to like sit there and fuck with. Like if I'm going to I've been debating on getting back into, doing some stuff again. But if I'm going to do it, I'm probably going to do it.
You
digital.
got to fucking, Eyes of the Sun 2 fucking, you got to put out, man.
Eyes of the Sun 2.
Wow. Eyes of the Sun 2. Yeah. Listen, what are you going to do? Shit falls apart. Shit falls apart. You get old.
Not everything works out.
No, exactly.
I hear you.
Yeah. So Gary, what do you you got a website for the shop?
I do, yeah. It's a tough one. It's Tafty'sGuitars.com.
That's not hard at all. I got it.
It's not. I know.
How often are you in the shop? Are you there every day?
Holy shit. I'm there. Tuesdays actually. I take Tuesdays off. So,
all right. Perfect.
And sometimes Sundays, but I used to do YouTube videos on Sundays. I haven't done those in a long time. But
yeah, I've seen your YouTube videos.
Yeah, I got to get back into that. That was fun.
Yeah.
But every other day of the week, I'm there from the time I get out of my regular job till about 7 o'clock.
Nice. It's a labor of love.
It really is. It's plus I get to play some really cool shit that doesn't belong to me, like stuff that I could never afford.
Yeah.
But yeah, some cool stuff comes through there, and I've never seen a Guild bass come through there though.
If you do,
oh,
motherfucker. It was like I don't know how to describe it. It was wood. It was just wood color. It was like
it was natural. Yeah,
it was all natural looking. It was like nice and thick, and it was fucking heavy and not the most comfortable bass to play, but it was like. But I loved it though. It had a great sound to it. I don't know. I'll look. I'll have to pull one up. Oh, you got it right there. Oh, you had it. Yeah, you had it. Right to the right. Go down.
The natural one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Right
Which
there.
one, this one?
Click on that one. Yeah. Is that going for $2,000?
Oh my god, dude! Don't look up prices on guitars we used to have. Don't
Son
do
of
that.
a bitch! Click on that. I didn't see the big picture. That's
Every
the bass.
wow.
Motherfucker. Going for $2,000.
How much was it when you got it?
I bought it off Derek for like $150, I think.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Yeah, don't start looking that shit up, man. It is depressing.
I won't even look at the listings to see where it's fucking being sold.
Yeah. Fucking son of a. It's probably getting sold out of Brooklyn. Son of a bitch.
Oh, man.
It's got PTK scratched into the back of it. I don't know what that means, but
yeah, fucking. I fucking threw the case at the fucking sun. I was like, yo, like what the fuck, whatever, man. And how can I prove anything by calling the cops? Like whatever, I'm not calling the cops. I was just like, fuck you. But yeah, I think I bought it off Derek for like $150. I think that's how much I got that for. That was Derek's.
Ron wants to do a project with you guys.
Yeah, I'm down.
Again.
3
I
different
do still.
states.
I saw another question. He asked if I still had like the high gain stuff, and yeah, I have a Ampeg VL50. It's
nice,
pretty badass.
Ron, I would love to listen. If we could get all 3 of us get in a room together, I would love to do that. I'm so bad with fucking like trying to do shit like on the computer and recording stuff like that.
I'm just getting into it, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to start getting into it. Ron,
when I say just, it's like not hooked up yet.
Nice.
You go to Florida, jam out some shit with Ron. Ron sends it to Gary. Bam.
Oh, fucking Ron comes up and visits and stays for a week, and then we go hang out with Gary for a couple of days.
There you go.
What do they got for studios up there now? Is there studios you can rent out with all equipment and stuff like that?
I'm willing to bet that Joe Clapp probably would do something like that for us.
Yeah, because
he still has his place.
I mean, unless you want to come out to New York for a couple of days, because we got studios out here too. That like all the gear's in there. You just walk.
No, that would be terrible. Yeah. Yeah, man. Of course I will.
I got an extra bedroom, Gary. You come, fucking hang out.
Come jam back of Lucky's.
Yeah.
You got equipment back here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start bringing my shit over here.
Yeah. Hell yeah, Ron, come up for a fucking week. We'll fucking jam.
I'll meet you there.
Yeah. So are you writing music or anything like that anymore, Gary? Or what?
I am a little bit. that's kind of why I got the interface, and I'm starting to collect some more shit. Because I do want to, I'm writing lyrics I write all the time, but I haven't written a lot of music. At least I have. All right, I've written music. I forget it mostly though because I don't write it down.
I got you.
Yeah, you know how it goes.
So you haven't been playing with anybody?
No. Way too busy with the shop, really, kind of. But yeah, I'd like to.
Yeah.
You know who just started recently playing again is do you remember Steve Nelson? He was in Dread.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's a customer of mine now, and he just started playing with. He stopped everything dead in like 1998.
Yeah.
And he just started playing again a couple of months ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Doing the Dread thing, same sort of stuff?
No, well, same style of music, but a different band called Oxblood Forge, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
Dread was like, they were pushing. He'd been around for quite a while.
Yeah, him and I were just talking about the time that they played. I think you and I went to the Rat and saw them play with Cannibal Corpse.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. And I think weren't you at that show with me too when 6 Feet Under played at the Rat, and Chris Barnes got in a fight with the singer from Anal Cunt. Yeah.
Don't forget that kind of thing. Yeah.
No. Fuck no. Fucking great.
I love that place.
Yeah. The Rat was fucking awesome, man.
Yeah.
Awesome, Gary, man. Good talking to you, Gary.
Yeah, you too, man. And everybody else there. Nice meeting you too.
Yeah. Fuck these guys.
Yeah, I know. It's been a little bit of the me and you hour, I guess.
No, it's good. It's good.
That's what you got to do sometimes,
Yeah.
Gotta catch up.
What's so Gary, your website again. You got an Instagram page for the guitar stuff, or you just your own personal one?
No, I have one for the guitar stuff.
I follow the guitar one. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
All right, yeah, it's
Tafty's
Guitars is the Instagram one, and taftysguitars.com is the website, and there's some cool stuff on there that I've done. Unfortunately, or fortunately, most of the guitars I build are commissions, so they don't get to hang around the shop and have me show them off to people, because people own them.
Yeah,
you got a photo album of all those guitars you build?
For most of them, yes. So I have two sections on the website. One is like the stock guitars that I have. All right, I build them for me, but I say they're stock. And then I also have an artist page that a lot of the guys that bought guitars from me, have me build them. They have their own kind of pictures that they send me, and I put up there.
Now, do you work with so you build the guitars though, but do you have artists who will like have you collaborated with anybody on guitars yet?
Oh, with like other builders?
Yeah, like other, like not builders but other artists. Like have somebody
like artists
artwork or something like that on a guitar that you've built, or have you done anything like that yet?
Not yet, but there's some stuff in the works for this year. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Hey,
I'm in a building filled with artists. I think I would have done it by now, but I haven't.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You're in a building with all sorts of I'm sure with some artists and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah. So there's some wood burning stuff that I'm hoping to get into. Have them do on the guitars, and I've got some incredible artists that can do some cool shit. So I'm hoping.
I'm sure you have to have a whole bunch of guitars that you've built for yourself. I mean, you got to start somewhere, right? Like build.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think once you're like super embarrassed about like, oh man, this is fucking.
Yeah, some of them stay here in the office. Like I wouldn't show to the general public. Maybe they didn't come out so good, but those are the super early ones. But other ones I have, hanging up in my shop, and people can check them out. They come in, they play them, they talk about what they want, stuff like that.
Nice. Yeah. Are you selling those guitars in there too? Are those up for sale or no?
The ones in the shop?
Yeah.
Not really, no. I have a couple I don't want to sell it prices on a couple of them. But especially, so I have two. One was built in 2020 for the Great Guitar Build Off in 2020, which was like a YouTube contest. Mm-hmm. And a lot of my YouTube videos, are of those guitars. And I'll never get rid of that one. And then I built another one for the same contest in 2021. And I have that one still.
Did you place in those?
In the first one, yeah. I came in the top 15. I don't know. They didn't really they didn't have numbers so much, but somewhere in the top 15, out of 150.
Nice.
Yep. The second one was in the top 30 out of 300 and some stupid number. Yeah.
Fuck, that's impressive.
Yeah, it's a great guitar. I love it.
You know what I skipped over? Didn't you fucking this is after I moved out. Didn't you do ghost hunting or something like that for a little while?
Come on, man. With that house, yeah.
You were looking for ghosts?
Yeah, we talked about the haunted house, but I don't know. I meant to segue from the haunted house into that, and I forgot about it.
No. We need to fucking hear this before we go.
Yeah, I know.
God.
I know. What's
yeah.
Up? We still got.
So after Jeff left, I was so desperate to find another hobby, because I had so much extra time. No, I did. I got into ghost hunting for a little while, kind of try to answer some questions I had, after living in that house.
Yeah. I would say that would kind of set it off, no?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I ended up we did a few investigations with the group I put together. And then I don't know, you find other hobbies and you get busy with other shit,
You don't want your own little
Nah, you got anything on video?
Me personally, no, but I will tell you a cool story. So we were investigating this place. It was the old Ocean Spray cranberry factory in Hanson, and we were up in some room. Me and one of the guys that I was investigating with, and he had one of those night vision cameras, and back then you could see a green light kind of emit from these. Ultraviolet or whatever it was, and he was scanning the room, and we were hearing a whole bunch of noises going on, so we knew something was about to happen. He was scanning the room, and I was just standing there in the dark watching. As he scanned by a corner of the room, there was a dude crouched down, hiding almost. And I could see the light come into him and the light go out of him. And then it was a dark corner again after that.
You want to?
Yeah, I don't have it on video though, man.
Did you see that?
What?
There's a fucking orb that flew past you.
That flew past me. I did see that.
Swear to God, dude.
It's a net.
No, man, that was an orb, man.
It's been flying around this whole time.
It's a bug. Yeah.
Damn it, Jamal.
It's a ghost bug.
Was it a bug?
Yeah.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Science.
Yeah, so that just kind of took all the crazy shit that I saw in the house in Marshfield and amplified it, and just kind of, gave me a little bit of, assurance that I had seen what I seen.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you had you saw some crazy shit. You heard some crazy stuff. Didn't you go down? Did you go to Gettysburg or no?
I did, yeah.
You did, yeah. That's
place is nuts.
Yeah, it's one of the most haunted places in fucking the United States.
Oh yeah.
And you don't have anything on? You didn't get anything on video?
No, I didn't really video a lot. I took a lot of pictures, and those are probably long gone. But
yeah.
No, it's just I used to like to try to kind of experience stuff for myself. Not to be selfish, but just I didn't want to have a camera in front of me the whole time.
You didn't want to. You didn't want a Ghost Hunter TV show. So many people have a Ghost Hunter TV shows now.
Wait, what was that?
They're so dramatic too. No. But every time, you know what annoys me about those ghost hunting shows? Every time they hear a noise or you hear a disembodied voice or something like that, everybody's like, yo, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? It's
why are you freaking out? Isn't that what you were trying to find?
Exactly. It's what you were trying to find, and then you're not waiting for you don't elaborate on that. You're like, hey, okay, who were we talking to? And you'll hear John, and everybody's like, oh my God, did you just say John? Did you just say John? Yo, he just said John. Oh my God. And they don't elaborate on that. Be like they don't say John what? You know what I mean? It's just oh my God, mind fucking blown. I'm like, dude, I've watched 30 of these shows, and at one point I'm waiting for somebody not to get so excited. You know what I mean? Fucking annoying. I mean, yeah, whatever, man.
Yeah.
But
Well, you and I start a show. We don't have to really find anything. We just have to act the right way.
Exactly. Just go, oh my God, mind blown. Listen, there was a ghost hunter. The old Lucky 13 was haunted. Like a whole bunch of shit happened there.
And so is this one.
I don't get the vibes here. Like the old
it happens
one.
when you're not here, really.
Yeah.
It happens late in the evening sometimes.
I mean, 2:00 is the witching hour, so
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
around
2 or
that
3 is the
time.
witching hour. So
Around that time, but it's always when you're not here.
yeah. Well,
Scared of you, Jeff.
yeah, no, it's comfortable with me. But there was a ghost hunter show that came into the old Lucky 13 one time, and it was like a bullshit one. They did have like a YouTube channel, or I don't remember what the fuck it was. And they were like, they actually said to me, if nothing happens, we can make something happen. I was like, no, you're not.
Come
I
on.
was like, no, you're not. I'm like, that's fucking bullshit. You know what I mean?
Shit.
Oh,
Wow.
Fucking bullshit. And
Well, there it is.
yeah, fuck you. Fuck that guy. And they actually went to the old Lucky 13. And they stirred something up though, because the fucking owner and that kid who was doing it, like they got in a huge fight. Like it was a whole thing. And it was, whatever, man. But
Well, good.
yeah, fuck you. We'll make something happen.
Oh my God.
I didn't tell you about the time the fucking music was playing in the front and like the music stopped and a screech went over the fucking speakers.
Yeah.
Sunya was here for that.
Listen, there's science behind certain things.
Okay.
There is.
Yeah, see science, man.
Okay.
Yeah, there's science.
Everybody was literally like, what the fuck
know?
was that? It was a scream that just went across the speakers.
I mean, sometimes things just happen.
Okay.
Listen, I'm skeptical, but I have seen crazy things also. So,
Oh yeah.
but yeah, no, that's funny, man. Yeah, so you never got one of those. Technology's come a long way since then too. So you were doing that in like 97, 98, 99, right around that area.
Yep.
But technology's come a long way since then too, with the spirit boxes and the watch.
Oh yeah, we didn't have any of that stuff.
Yeah, what's that? The EVT, yeah, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, we did have voice recorders, so we could do that stuff.
Yeah. So you would listen back to stuff.
Yep. And EMF detectors and holy shit, I had a whole toolkit, that I ended up just giving to somebody later on.
I see. The scary thing about that stuff is bringing stuff home. You know what I mean?
You do have to be careful of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
You have on your way into the fucking under your house. Did you put a little you walk in church, the holy water, fucking you're walking home at night.
I'm not saying
And then because you never, so then you got to sage yourself. All that shit.
Oh, you got me freaking out here, man.
Yeah, he told you it was a bug.
Yeah, it's a bug.
It would have been a great day if you were drinking all those cold brews and then later just freak out.
Yeah.
You're like, I got possessed.
Yeah.
We also thought Studio 15 was haunted too.
Yeah.
There was some weird shit that used to happen. It still happens in that building, actually. So
I'm sure that's an old building, and I mean, it was old when we were fucking hanging on there. I mean, who knows what year that fucking thing was built?
In the mid 1800s, I think.
Yeah, there you go.
Wait, come on, you're up in Massachusetts, man. That state is haunted.
Everything's haunted here. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of haunted shit up there.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? We got to do a lucky.
You got me looking under the fucking stage and shit now. Like
New York City's got a lot of energy here too. You know.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a lot of fucking shit going on. Massachusetts is just a little bit creepier because it's spread out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we have Salem and the Quakers and shit like that.
Exactly.
Yep.
Dread. There's dreads on there.
Hey. Nice.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. Fucking Dread was they were all over fucking Boston. It was funny. Like I was thinking about old band names. It was Brawl Park, Dread, Grudge Holder, Black Belt,
East Side.
Yeah. XXL. You remember those guys?
Oh, of course. Yeah. I'm still friends with Paul on Facebook too. Yeah. Paul Buster.
Berserker. I don't know, man. There was so many bands.
Berserker, yeah.
Yeah, there were so many bands that came out of there.
Exceed.
Yeah.
Hey, do you remember a band, The Red Chord?
Yes, of course.
Yep.
Listen to that.
Yeah, Greg is he was the bass player. He's a customer of mine now.
Oh, no shit.
I actually built a guitar for him.
And he's a cop in New Hampshire, yes?
I don't know if
No,
never come up.
Yeah, Sybil. Yes, Sybil was another one.
Yeah, Sybil. Yep.
Was he is he a cop now? I forget. I know who you're talking about.
I don't know. I'll have to ask him. Greg Weeks is his name.
Crazy. Well, Gary, man. All right, we're at over an hour. It's been good talk. It's been good.
All right, yeah, definitely. Gary. I know.
Fuck yeah, dude. Give a shout out for your stuff again.
Oh, all right. It's taftysguitars.com. Yeah, I got all kinds of cool workshops and building custom guitars and all kinds of fun stuff. Plus, I still do the repair thing too. So
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're in the market for a custom guitar, there you go.
Yeah.
And Instagram is at Tafty's Guitars.
Dude,
So,
keep it up, man. Because as I said, you'll get eventually you'll get some dude that'll fucking some dude in some band that'll fucking Instagram that shit. And next thing you know, you're quitting the freaking pipe fitter shit, and all you're doing is building guitars.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Gary, man, it was good talking to you.
You too, Jeff. Holy shit. Yeah, that was awesome.
We'll keep in touch. We'll try and get Ronnie out to Brooklyn and you out to Brooklyn too, and we'll fucking jam.
Nice.
I'm down. Let's do it.
Sounds good to me too.
All right, cool.
All right, Gary, thank you very much, man.
All right, thanks.
Later, brother.
Awesome.
Right,
See you.
Ratty and no plugs? Cowboy?
Cowboy. There you go.
Luckies?
Cowboy.
from hell _13. You know where to find me.
Jeff,
All right, motherfuckers.
Jeff Lucky 13.
Make sure you like everything Lucky 13SP, everything Lucky 13 Saloon. Go out there and come to the bar at 644 Sackett Street in Brooklyn, New York, and buy some T-shirts, get some beer. And yes, this place is very haunted if you want to come over here and fucking get scared a bit.
Yeah. Later.
All right, later, guys. Frogwa.